Hey guys, Machines Mel here. Just doing a job for a customer here in the shop. I've been working in the shop like crazy, cleaning it up and moving things around, and I haven't made any videos this summer about fixing stuff, but don't worry, they're coming. Gonna get back into it. Actually, we're only about here for another month and then we're closing up and heading somewhere warm for the winter, but we'll be back in March and we'll make some more videos. Maybe I'll make some videos overseas about some of the machines and equipment I find over there. But anyway, this Shindaiwa hedge trimmer was brought to me by a customer. He said it's been not running properly. It's had the carburetor rebuilt, a new spark plug installed. A couple shops, I guess, have looked at it and said it works fine, but the customer's not happy. He says, number one, the gas drips out of the carburetor when it sits. So I guess after they use it and they put it in their trailer, it'll leak a pool of fuel out from underneath. So there's one problem. But the other problem, the one that he's more concerned about, is he says it doesn't hit its peak RPM anymore. It used to. It used to wind right out, but lately it's kind of muffled, I guess. He said the other shop had taken the spark arrestor out and cleaned it. Sometimes they do carbon up on these, not often, but it does happen. And they said it's been cleaned and serviced, the muffler and the screen, the carbon screen. I've made videos about that before. And anyway, it's still not running at peak RPM. There's not much adjustment on this carburetor, guys. That's an idle adjustment right there that you need a special Echo tool, or I guess now a Shindaiwa tool. But there is no high RPM adjustment on this carburetor. It's set from the factory. Like you said, it's been ultrasonically cleaned and put back together. They may have even put a new diaphragm in there. I don't know. It starts and runs good, guys. It just doesn't hit peak RPM. So I'm going to show you really quick on this particular engine what the problem is and how to fix it. Okay guys, so I'm just going to fire this thing up so you can hear it. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell by the sound of the video if it's hitting its peak RPM or not, but figured I'd just do this. Now it's warm, guys. I ran it a little while ago and got it to temperature, so this thing's pretty close to operating temperature. Alright, so I don't know if you can hear that. Maybe I'll do a side-by-side video comparison at the end of this video after we fix this thing. But you can definitely tell that this is not winding out like a two-stroke engine should. It doesn't have that high-pitched sort of wail to it. And I can show you why. Just going to reposition this camera here so I can take this apart, and we'll show you what the other guys have missed and how to fix it. Alright you guys, so here is what the problem with this machine is. What you want to do is remove the muffler cover, the plastic cover. So there's two torx bolts, one kind of off the back there, and one right there. Take this cover off. Now under here, guys, you got your muffler. Now this the customer said that they had this service, so I would assume that the spark arrestor screen underneath is nice and clean. That's kind of hot. Careful. So what we're going to do is we're going to just skip right past that, guys. We're actually going to take the muffler off. And what we want to do, move, ooh, it's hot. Carefully move that out of there. And this gasket piece, this heat shield. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but if you look down inside that port, guys, you can see that the hole is slightly closed up. It's plugged. I don't know if I can rotate this engine a little bit. You might be able to see it a bit better. If I give that a kind of pull to get the piston out of the way. Oh, there it was. Now you actually see it. You can see it better there. That hole, guys, is is 50% blocked with carbon. And what that's doing is it's preventing the engine from being able to exhaust properly. Here, I've got a flashlight right here. This might help. There you go. So if you look down inside, and I get the light shining just right, you can see all that carbon down inside there, guys. It's kind of blocking the exhaust from getting out of the engine, which isn't allowing the engine to rev. So what we're going to do is very carefully, we're going to rotate this engine around so that the piston is down below the exhaust port. There it goes. Very carefully. There it goes. Right there. All right. Now what we want to do is very carefully, guys, we want to scrape that hole out, but what we also want to do is pull a spark plug out so that we can blow whatever comes out of there out. We're going to use the compressed air. Blow through the combustion chamber. Hopefully not too much of the carbon ends up going down into the crankcase. So there's that new plug that they had already had installed. Okay, what we want to do is, with the piston out of the way, so we want to very carefully pick out this carbon. Now this is just kind of usual wear and tear, guys. Sometimes a customer will run the the fuel oil mixture too rich, and you'll get this problem. But this happens. It's just part of regular maintenance. Now I'm surprised that whoever the other shop that worked on this didn't go thus far into the exhaust to clean the port out. About that. So now you can see, if you can see down in there, but I'm going to blow it out with some compressed air first, guys, and then we'll bring the piston back up to the spot so you can see. So now you can see the piston in there. The port is nice and clear. So the next step is going to be to throw this muffler back on, guys. This is still kind of hot, but it's handleable. Our cover. It's a pretty simple repair, guys. You just gotta know that you gotta check these things once in a while. A lot of these guys don't do any actual maintenance. They just bring it to you once it stops working properly, once it's broken. I can't say that this repair will cause the fuel leaking to stop on the carburetor side. We'll have to find out. We'll have to run this thing at full open now and get it nice and hot, and then park it on the ground overnight and check the carburetor side to see if it's leaking fuel. But that's another video that I'll make if we need to. All right, so I'm just going to reposition this rig so that I can fire this thing up. We'll see if it runs better. All right, so let's try her out. Let's see if we can hear the difference. Oh yeah. Man, she runs like a new machine, guys. So there's a quick tip of the day on how to clean the exhaust port on your Shindaiwa. In this case, it's an AH262 hedge trimmer, but this goes across the board for any of the products out there. Shindaiwa, steel, any brand. Check that once in a while, guys. I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna run this now for a bit, like 15 minutes, and just put it on the ground right there and let it sit overnight, and then we're going to see tomorrow if there's a little fuel puddle underneath of it. If there is, I'll make another video on how to fix that. Otherwise, keep on hedge trimming, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next one.